Hey guys, time for another video, probably the last one today, because I'm pretty hammered. Who cares, right? So let's have a look. Yeah, let's talk about Trichocereus macrogonus. What the heck is that name even? Like really? Trichocereus macrogonus is a heck of a name. It's like the name has been used for all kinds of different plants in the history of it. Like it's the oldest Trichocereus name. It is the main species in the genus. It is from like 1855 or something, like very olden days. At that time they were probably or still riding on horses. So they didn't have pictures, they did not have like anything that really explains like where that plant came from. There's no like type locality, nothing. They had like a little description that was like, yeah, it's blue, man, and it has brown spines, and that was it. So yeah, I mean, if you look back then, it was completely alright, because like they didn't have like knowledge about plants. They were, oh, blue, man, it's blue. But today, like, we know that this is a big genus, and we want to know, is this like different from Trichocereus peruvianus? I mean, peruvianus is a name that came up like in the 1920s by Britton and Rose. Like they wrote their Cactus book, like this big huge book that they wrote, and it was like monumental at the time. And they described Trichocereus pachanoi, they describe Trichocereus peruvianus, and it's like, you know, it's a name with a lot of history, peruvianus. And what I have here on the right, this is peruvianus. It is very similar to pachanoi. The spines are mildly longer, the skin is a little bit bluer, but overall you could put this thing in pachanoi and call it one species, like two varieties of the same species, like, or two subspecies, no matter what you do. Peruvianus, alright? So now this is what today is understood as Trichocereus macrogonus. Brown spines, guys. This is really important, because if it doesn't have brown spines, don't call it a macrogonus. It doesn't fit with the original description. Brown spines is what is essential. Dark blue skin, brown spines. That's pretty much it. I mean, for a few years, they weren't even sure if it's like a Pilosocereus, like these from Brazil. So the name is completely like, I don't want to say it's like a mess, but it goes back so long. It's difficult to say where it's from. You cannot even say the country where it's from. You can't say like, okay, this is from Peru or this is from Bolivia, because Bolivian plants are completely different to this one. So like the Bolivian plants with brown spines are more like Taquimbalensis, or like, you know, this the type of stuff that you like. You have Matucana, which looks pretty much like this. Then you have like North Peru, which is like Chavin and all the like the spiny forms that you see there, San Marcos. All of this, you can put all of these as into the species macrogonus because of the spines and because of the color of the spines. So I mean, today I assume we're talking about this kind of plant. Very blue skin. It's in my opinion, the species Trichocereus peruvianus is very variable. So you have species like you have plants with brownish spines, and you have plants with whitish spines. You know, like this one. These are like beige, whitish. Then you have like this is more golden. So you could as well put them in as a original form into Trichocereus peruvianus. But yeah, I am pretty sure that like this is where the train is going. Like dark blue versions with brownish spines. This is what most people understand as Trichocereus macrogonus. And don't get me wrong, like, the name has been around so long that you get all kinds of plants under that name. I want to take you into my other greenhouse because I have a plant there that I got, and that's like the classic Trichocereus macrogonus in Europe. Oh my god, I'm drunk, go home. But yeah, this one here, this was sold as Trichocereus macrogonus for like decades. I don't know who sold it, probably Karel Kniese. This is very similar to Trichocereus bridgesi, right? Like if you zoom in, this looks like Trichocereus bridgesi. You can't tell for sure, but I'm not sure that this is like the plant that they had in mind as macrogonus. Yeah, there's just total chaos with this name. Then you find populations of Trichocereus verdermannianus in the other greenhouse again. I need to clean this up later. This one here, this is verdermannianus. It is a plant closely related to Trichocereus terschecki. And yeah, they sold that one as macrogonus too. I mean, you have no standard. So all kinds of plants are sold as macrogonus. This one was sold as macrogonus too. These two, actually. And this is pretty close. Like brown spines, you can see at the top. Dark blue skin. This is probably the type of plant that they were looking at the time, but you can't prove it. So take that with a grain of salt. Just know that like not everything on the market that has the name macrogonus on it is actually macrogonus. This one here, shorter spine version, sold as macrogonus too. But yeah, brown spines, you know, you see like a pattern there. This one here, macrogonus. If I have to pick one, I'm pretty sure that this is what macrogonus was about. If this is actually different enough from Trichocereus peruvianus, like this one here for example, or this one here, I don't know. You need to look at every plant like in a genetic way, like analyze it and then compare it. But the problem is that you have no baseline. You have nothing that you can say, yeah, this is the thing that we are comparing against. Otherwise this problem would be solved long time already. Due to the fact that the name Trichocereus macrogonus is so important for the genus Trichocereus, like it's the main species, and without that name the genus crumbles. So it is very likely that they will bring back the name macrogonus. Trichocereus macrogonus, like Joel Lode's book, like about like taxonomy of the Cactaceae, he already uses a system with Trichocereus macrogonus as the main species for Pachanoi and for Peruvianus, I think. So they have this one as main species, macrogonus. They have Peruvianus as subspecies Peruvianus, and they have Pachanoi as subspecies Pachanoi. Who cares? I don't care. Like, do what you want, man. I mean, it's just like today we're at an age, like we have reached an age where we can do DNA testing. Like, these shouldn't be issues. It's just that this is a niche. This is a niche that most like scientists don't work in. Like, so I mean, maybe someone cares enough to do this whole like cladistic studies on the genus and everything. But again, it all leads back to the problem that you have no baseline to test macrogonus against. And that's like, yeah, that's sad. Sad panda, right? Alright guys, yeah, this was it. Again, I need to go to bed now. I've been hammered for quite some time and it's time to sleep. Alright guys, take care.